nothing to listen to.
On three, Salaam.
Go on, man.
1, 2, 3. Go ahead, Salaam. Salaam Ismiall. I'm interviewing Salaam Ismiall. We've traveled together. We've done many civil rights things together. Me and Salaam is almost like Batman and Robin. I guess I'm Robin. I show up when time need be. But today we're down at the Prudential Center on Marbury Street, Lafayette, and Market Street. And the people are casting a vote for the next president. Salaam, you got to probably remove your mask so we can hear you good. What do you think? Where we at? What's going on?
Well, we're going to find out probably in the next 3 days or so how this thing going to end up. The question is who's going to benefit the most from this in regards to who wins? And I think that's the kind of question that's probably not been asked. And being a long-time veteran in social justice and seeing these kinds of elections get this excitement in it and all that good stuff that comes out of it, and the anger and the frustration from one candidate or another. When it comes down to the black, I'm not talking about minority. I'm not talking about Latin and black. I'm not talking about black and brown.
Talking Black America.
I'm talking about Black America. It comes down to, because across the country, strange things are happening.
Strange things.
You go in Florida, half of my Latino brothers is going with Trump. The other half is going with Biden. And you go into other part where the Asian community, have that broken up. But when you go to the black community, it's all Biden. Black for Biden.
Well, there are some blacks that's not going for Black America.
There's a percentage of African Americans that probably at the end of the day may go as high as 15%. I wouldn't be surprised. That will go to Trump. But
and they're talking about a sneaky Spanish vote and a sneaky black vote.
Well, no, a very out front, no. And according to many polls in Florida, which is a battleground state, half the Latino are going with Trump. Now, if that changed come voting today, I don't know. But here's the deal. At the end of the day, we have to ask ourselves, okay, where do we go from here?
Yes.
We got it decided in the 90s with Bill Clinton. We got excited in 08 with the first African-American president, Barack Hussein Obama. And now we're excited in frustration that we are mad because we have someone in the White House who don't give a damn about nothing but himself, who practice racism, demagoguery, and misogyny, and all kinds of other kind of E and I and
E and I, O and Z.
He do it all. He do it all.
And sometimes W.
So we rolling the dice on Biden, who many in the African community don't care for his record, and including some questionable records on Kamala Harris, his vice presidential.
Do you feel?
candidate.
So let me interject here. Do you feel that it may be a? What was that?
Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Do you feel that it may be a replay of 1984, where President Ronald Reagan and Senior Bush and Walter Mondale and Geraldine Ferraro? I'm not trying to get so wrapped up in it. I voted 2 weeks ago, and I believe that it's a thing to do, and I voted for the Democratic Party, Democratic ticket, but I don't want to get my feelings hurt. I'm at an age where now I'm protected at. Before I didn't care, but today I remember 1984 how hurt I was when Ronald Reagan won.
Well, I mean,
even though he bankrupted the Soviet Union, I still was hurt.
The deal is this. I mean, we done been through it.
We done been through it.
I mean, the thing that we have to do now, irregardless of who wins, if Trump happens to squeak in, then we have to create a method and an effort to deal with Trump. Okay? Is Biden getting with all the discussion around the black community, what the black community needs, the black agenda, making him accountable, then what we have to do in the black community, and specifically the black community, we're going to have to step up speak up, and make sure we cash in on this 94, 90, or 85% of vote that he's going to get today. So we have to really feel this out, and we have to make them accountable. We have to get back to the cause of what many of African Americans have been called for: a black agenda, not a minority agenda, not a Latin agenda, not a black and brown agenda, but a black agenda. Why? Because we invested more than anybody else in the Democratic Party, and specifically in this presidential election. So, and we done been had before.
Yes.
We've been bamboozled before.
That's right.
We've been ran astray and ran amok before. So now we casting it all in and say, okay, we're gonna shut everybody else that talking about anything else outside of Biden and Harris. Okay? Let's say they walk into that. What's gonna happen on January 22nd? I think the swearing in is the 21st. What's gonna happen on January 22nd? What's gonna be his first executive order of the day? Dealing with the people that saved him. Literally, when he ran the primary in South Carolina, black women came out by large numbers. By large number, and literally saved his campaign. And it catapulted to where we are today, that where Biden's at to this moment.
Okay, well, you know, Salaam, every time I interview is always exciting, and you basically gave the whole message today, and all we can do now is wait. All we can do now is wait, and don't get excited.
Don't get excited. Even if he wins, don't get excited. Get excited when we're talking about the jobs. Get excited when we talk about reparations. Get excited when we talk about a health care that's going to benefit the many millions of African Americans without health care today. Get excited when you talk about a housing that's been cut, sliced, and diced, and almost diminished in terms of how the black. Get excited when you can straighten out Baltimore, Detroit, Chicago, and places like that. That's when we get excited for the new president, whoever he is.
Okay. All right. Again, this is Zachariah Jackson, BASA News. We're down here at the Prudential Center. At first, I told Salaam it was the New Jersey PAC. I kind of get them mixed up because the reason why I get them mixed up is because in the PAC, they have a Prudential Mall, right? So they have Prudential Theater. I kind of get them up mixed up, but we got it together. We're down here in front of
Prudential Center,
the New Jersey Prudential Center. We're right downtown Newark, right here on Marbury Street. And again, Zachariah Jackson, signing off at this point.